Hey guys, it's Deligracy here today, and I'm going to be talking about what I want in The Sims 4. I just want to start off with a quick disclaimer. This video is based purely on my own personal opinions and what I want to see in The Sims 4. I do not have any insider information to tell you or to sway my opinion, so anything that I am hoping for or anticipating in The Sims 4 is not confirmed unless it is confirmed publicly by The Sims 4. These are the things that I'm crossing my fingers that will be available to us in The Sims 4. Okay, number one, it's no surprise if you've watched me for a very long time, but I really want a color wheel. So I totally get that we can't have the same as what we had in Sims 3. However, I would love just a flat color wheel. So even if we have only the textures on the swatches, like 5 textures, and you can change the hue and shade of them, that would be perfect. That's all I would ask for. Of course, that might be too much to ask now that the game is created. So the other option that I would love from a step down from that would actually have multiple swatches per object. If you guys are familiar with The Sims 2, we actually had the ability to change multiple swatches per object. For example, a bed, the bed sheets were a different swatch combination to, say, the bed frame, or the doona, or duvet, or comforter, whatever you want to call it. I just think it feels like if The Sims 2, way back then, had that option, obviously as a player, it's really disappointing not to have something like that for us now. So I don't understand as a player why we don't have those options. So I would really love to see them being introduced into either new objects. If it's too late to go to old objects now, that would be really, really cool. Furthermore, we have seen in The Sims 4 cats and dogs previews that there looks like there is an incredible tool for coloring your pet's hair. I would love to see that on Sims hair. If it is what it looks like it is, which appears to be somehow you can customize and paint and apply patterns to your pet's coats or hair, if we can do that with Sims hair, that would be so cool. So fingers crossed for that. The next thing I really want in The Sims 4 is The Sims 4 seasons. Now, as a player, I'm not gonna lie, my expectation is that we are going to, at some point, get seasons. That's based on the fact that we've had seasons in Sims 1, 2, and 3, and seasons just bring such a new dimension of realism to the game and such a new experience. It's just awesome. Like seasons, just the fact that it can rain or hail or storm or even snow makes me so happy, and I love when the trees lose their leaves. So I'm really absolutely praying that we will get seasons. Speaking of which, I won't really care if the seasons don't have the festivals that we had in Sims 3. I actually didn't really like the festivals much at all, in all honesty. So for me, I'm just happy with the weather changes and the changes in the trees and the ground having autumn leaves. It's just so cool, and I can't wait to actually see what it looks like in The Sims 4. Speaking of seasons, I also thought it was really cool in The Sims 3 when we got spray tans. I actually loved that little addition, and so I think the next thing would be, I would love spray tans in The Sims 4. That also carries me more across to create a sim. I would love to get piercings in the game. I would love non-custom content, septum piercings, nose piercings, eyebrow piercings, ear piercings. Yeah, I think they would be so awesome to have. And another thing I really want is nails with a French manicure option and some bright colors. That would be so cool, because I remember in The Sims 3 Supernatural, I'd always give the woof nails to my Sims because they were longer, and I'd give it to my Sims to look more glamorous. So that would be really cool, and I seriously hope that we get those options soon. I also think lashes in Create a Sim could be added. I think the lashes that we have from the base game of The Sims 4 is really basic, you know, they were never very refined or anything, which I think is fine for the game. I'm not asking for like CC looking lashes, because for me, I don't think they always suit the game aesthetic. But being able to add different kinds of lashes, a thicker lash, a thinner lash, maybe a more cat eye lash to certain Sims, That would be great. Another thing I'm really wanting in The Sims 4 is proms. I would love my high school students to be able to go to prom, and I would love them to be able to leave in a limo. I don't have to go to prom with them, you know, I just want them to go to prom and have a date and someone get prom king or queen when they come home. I would love that. And maybe one of those little flower things that you can give your date, that would be nice. That also reminds me of weddings. We have a serious issue in The Sims 4 right now where guests do not sit down and watch your wedding. I don't know why this is an issue. I don't understand why this wasn't working when The Sims 4 first came out. I think it was quite disappointing, and I just want my guests to sit down when the ceremony is going, because my guests are like going to the bar whilst they're getting married and saying their vows, and I'm like, that is so rude. My Sims would never do that, but they are. So I really want them to sit down and watch the wedding. And I'd also love a honeymoon. Again, I don't need to go with them to the honeymoon. I just want them to hop in that limo, go off and do their thing, be away for a couple of days. I mean, if we could go on a honeymoon with them, or if we could select to go to the outdoor retreat world, or hopefully there's more worlds added, which I assume there will be. That could be cool. We could select that and just go on vacation, you know? That would be really fun. And maybe when you get there would be like some special bubbles on the bed or rose petals or something. I think it would also be fantastic if at weddings you could have the ability to have bridesmaids and groomsmen. This is something that I've actually wanted in The Sims forever, and I would love to be able to pick some flowers for them to hold, you know, the bridesmaids, and have a little ring boy or a flower girl, and also, you know, just to be able to customize more what happens at a wedding, because right now it's a bit bland, it's not very believable, and I just really think it needs to be fixed. Like, at least get my guests to sit down and watch the wedding. I think it would be a really easy and awesome seller pack as well, like just having a wedding expansion pack or game pack. Like, who wouldn't want that? Okay, maybe some of you guys wouldn't, but I would for sure buy that straight away. Take my money. This one's one that not everyone wants. This is something I personally really would like, but I would love the ability to be able to inherit money when a sim passes away, and depending on how wealthy they are, you get more or less money. I think it would be really cool to be able to like steal someone's inheritance, you know. There could be some really interesting gameplay ideas there, killing off Sims to get an inheritance. It would just open up the doors to a lot of fantastic gameplay. I think it would also be cool to be able to transfer funds between families. So if a child moves out, to be able to transfer funds to them. That would be really cool to just program into the game. I also think it would be really cool if you could own multiple houses and homes. You kind of can with Dine Out and Get to Work because you can own retail properties, but it doesn't quite work in a way that feels like you have multiple homes. A vacation home would be epic. If we had some kind of beach island expansion, which I also would really love, that would be perfect. That would be cool. It's like now you can have vacation homes. I would like traditional Sims 3 style freezers in the game. This is something that I don't understand why we don't have it, because to me, in my brain, it seems simple, and I know I don't understand how to make a game, so I can't really say that it's simple. But in my mind, as a player, I feel like we should have them. What I mean by Sims 3 freezers is like when you draw half walls, they just have a roof on them. Like it's just like half walls covered in a roofing, because that would allow us to create more realistic freezers and for modern houses. It's just, I used to always use them in The Sims 3 using constrained floor elevation, or I'd use the freeze cheat, and they were so good for building. Oh my gosh, we need ceiling paint as well. Please give us ceiling paint, because every time I take a screenshot from a nice downward like view looking up, I can just see white. Like I have this beautiful timber home and it's got a white paint thing underneath the roofing, and I'm like, no! Please can we get ceiling paint? I feel like we really need some more things to do in The Sims 4, and I feel like there are so many opportunities for different packs for us to be able to go do things. And a couple of ideas I had for that would be having a country club that you could join and go to and have like sun lounges. Another one I was thinking of is a beauty salon, which I think would be great for the idea of tattoos or piercings or just a makeover, hair customization, tattoo parlor. Those kind of venues would be really, really useful and fun for storytelling, because right now, like, people are making a tattoo parlor that you go into, you go to a mirror, and boom, you're in Create a Sim and you add a tattoo. But I would love it if you go up to the tattoo chair and boom, you're in Create a Sim. You put on the tattoo, you go back to the game, and suddenly you have a tattoo, and the Sims you're Sims with reacts to the tattoo, and it's like, cool. You know, kind of like in GTA when you get a tattoo, you don't necessarily have to animate them doing it, but just to show, oh yeah, we got a tattoo and a reaction to it and maybe a moodlet, that would be perfect. Another issue I have with The Sims 4 is school, making friends in school. So I remember in Sims 2 maybe, or Sims 3, I can't recall which one, but when your Sims went to school or high school, they would maybe invite a friend home like we can now in The Sims 4, but they would have already established a little bit of a relationship with them. Whereas now when we bring home a friend, they come home and they like have no relationship, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't help your gameplay. Then you just have to go through the whole rigmarole of getting to know that sim. And I feel like if you're gonna bring a friend home from school, like, they're not gonna be a complete stranger. Like, you're not gonna be like, hey Joey over there, you know, do you wanna come home with me? I don't know you, but you look like someone I would be friends with. You know, it just doesn't work like that. So again, it's just a little thing that would make a big difference in the game that we don't have that we had in previous games. This is also an issue with the new toddler playdates. This was actually really frustrating. Toddler playdates, when you have them, you have to know other toddlers in the world to invite them to your playdate. Most people in their Sims games, when you have a young family, you sometimes haven't like met any people, especially people with toddlers. So it's kind of like really annoying, because when I did my first playdate, I had to like go into every single household with a toddler and say hello to them, and then so at least I had a relationship with them, and then we could organize a playdate. I feel like that should have been completely cut out. I feel like you should have been able to go to a parent group or a daycare date situation to meet other parents and toddlers that you don't necessarily know yet. It's just, again, we need the gameplay to work a little bit more easier, and it's already hard to make Sims in The Sims 4. Like, I just feel like that would have been a really good option. Please remove lot requirements. This is a really silly thing that's in the game. I understand why they did it. If you aren't familiar with the game, for certain lot types, you must have certain objects. For example, if you have a park, you have to have, I'm pretty sure you have to have like a chess table, you have to have a playground, you have to have certain things, or else you can't make it that lot type. And it's just really stupid, because like, not everyone's park is gonna have a chess table. To be completely honest, I've never seen a chess table in a park in Australia in my life. I've never seen one in Italy or America. So why is that a requirement? I'm pretty sure that was a requirement. More deaths is another thing that I'll always want. I want more deaths in the game. Give me more. This is definitely a personal thing, because I know there's a lot of deaths already, but I would love more deaths. And I would also love more options to avoid deaths or bring characters back from the dead, such as the Book of Life and Ambrosio recipe. I'd love some more things like that. That would be really nice. I would really love it if we could have side-by-side builds, or even just townhouses. I feel like the game should be able to allow it to have walls side by side. I'm smiling like this because I know that if a developer of The Sims watched this video who like does all the coding or whatever, and they're like, she's got no idea how hard this is. But I as a player, like, it doesn't seem like, it seems like it's something that I should be able to do. I'm just being honest. Like, I want I want my houses to sit side by side to like have a matching row of townhouses. It'd be so cute. They can still be totally separate lots with loading screens, but I just think it would be adorable. Gift giving capabilities is another thing I would love. I would like to be able to give my Sims a gift from their inventory to another Sim in nice wrapping for their birthday. I feel like we could just put something in their inventory and have an option to right click and give as gift to, and then you select a Sim and then they pull it out in a nice box, and that would be really neat. That means that you could have Christmas Day, you could give them a school graduation gift. Oh my God, we need graduation and prom as well, like graduation, yes! We need that too. Oh, the list goes on. I feel like crushes and affairs are not very detailed in the game. I am one who loves making love triangles and affairs in my gameplay. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just get a real kick out of it. And I think it would be cool if your Sims could react to other Sims and be a little bit awkward around them if they had a crush, or get a moodlet, or have some silly options of what they can do. Or write a love letter or something, write a song if they're musical, like a love song, and the other person would be like, oh. I don't know, something to do with crushes would be really nice. And also affairs, like I said, I feel like if your Sim has an affair, they react to your Sim, they react to seeing your Sim with another Sim. But what happens if your Sim leaves them for another person? Like, I feel like I'd like a little bit more substance there, you know, like this is a big deal. My Sim just got cheated on and her husband is leaving her, or his boyfriend is leaving him for another man or something, and I want them to react. I want the drama. So yeah, I would love like some more options or reactions with affairs. Also, I know this video has been really long and it's a lot of boring me talking, but I hope it's in some way, shape or form, this can help give ideas to the Sims 4 team, maybe if they have time to watch this. But last of all, laundry is the next thing I wanted, and I've been wanting that for a long time. I know we are getting a laundry stuff pack made, so there has been talk of that on Twitter from Sim Guru Graham, and players have been able to vote for it for different things in that pack. So I'm really stoked that that's coming. And I can't wait, actually. I can't wait to do laundry. Anyway, you guys, I think that's enough blabbering on from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. And in the comments down below, please I invite you to share your opinions on what you want in The Sims 4 and what I've said as well. But please be constructive with your criticism. I think The Sims team cops the most criticism out of like any game. Because we as fans and players are so passionate about it, so it's easy to be like, oh my God, I want this, oh my God, I hate this is so bad, this is so good. Like, just calm down. Remember that it's an actual human being reading your comments. It's not like a company computer face, like, going through it. Like, it's a real person who's put time and effort into this game. So just be aware of that, because I will send this video to The Sims and hope that at least someone looks at it. Anyway, you guys, I love you so much. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll speak to you soon.